Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me on Berets, and today we're mourning all of our fallen brethren who tried for Lucia and failed. Seriously, it sucks when you pull heavily on a banner and don't get it. That being said, let's get to the actual content of today's video, because when it comes to this game, it should be noted by now, and should have been figured out by almost anybody, that you can roll extremely high or extremely low in this game, as you can with any game. Currently, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I've been rolling low for a month after a little bit of a high, and it has definitely felt bad. And that is the way gacha rolls, right? A lot of the times, it's pretty easy to grin when your ship comes in and you have the stock market beat, but the man who can smile is the man worthwhile when his shorts aren't too tight in the seat. I guess the abridged version is that it's pretty easy to be happy with any of these gacha games when things are going well, but it takes a true master of gacha to understand that there are ways around certain problems, and that's what I'm here to talk about with you guys today, because I'm sure that there is a character that you have missed, or a character that is upcoming that you really want, and provided that character is not limited, this strategy will work very well for you. Because let's face it, a big part of gacha games is always when you get the characters you want. They may not be meta for every event, but it is certainly way better to play with characters you like rather than the characters you have, and some people feel a little bit differently. Some people are just total utilitarian. No, that's the wrong thing. They're all about units utility, right? Like, they really want every single unit to perform really well in certain conditions, and peak performance kind of thing, and there you go. But really, at this point, I think it should be noted that there are alternate ways to be successful in this game, rather than just pulling on any banner. Of course, we all have those banners that it's basically kind of do or die, or I'm just going to spend all my resources and to hell with whatever I get is whatever I get kind of thing. Some people will quit from it, some people will, recover and quit playing, some people need to take a break from the game for a little while. But if you quit the game and you did spend money on a banner, you might want to rethink a lot of different things. It's a fruit fly on my wall. Anyway, and that's how you know I record these videos without any edits. Stuff happens in them all the time. Anyway, so yes, when it comes down to it, I'm sure that Lucia was pretty bad, and obviously my banner pulls for the Wisette Princess here was not super smooth either. I had saved up a lot of lapis, but this was one of the characters that I was willing to just go on until I got her. And now I have her and it's great, but if I didn't get her, well, probably would have kept going. And that is not necessarily always the best solution. So let me present everyone here with a solution that is much more economical and a much smarter version for the future. And this goes for both characters and cards, especially summons, because I know that there are people out there who specifically want Odin or specifically want Diablos or some of the summons out there. So here's my solution to you guys so that you can take at least one banner off. Now, obviously, when the character's banner rolls around, you do have character shards in the shop, and buying those character shards is a really good idea. I mean, it's just really a good idea. Why? Because when the character is gone, when this, shop is gone in the future, you just can't get these character shards anymore. So if this is a character you want, a lot of people will usually ask me, well, is it a good idea to buy the character shards if I don't have the character? No. I've been playing this game for 6 months, and I have yet to see a single Medenia in the stupid amount of pulls that I have done. What does that tell you? There are no guarantees. Mostly. Anyway, point is that I would only recommend this strategy with a character that you are absolutely 100% sure you want, and again, it's not in the limited time pool. Buying their character shards when their current banner is up, such as Lucia, Cryo, Venera, Victoria, whoever. Obviously, just buying their shards will give you a good amount of shards for their future, so when you do get them, And that brings me to the second part of this plan, which is the half anniversary UOCs. A thing that was on JP's side that we know exists. Let's just go over here. Now I have kept one of mine. I used my card one to get a summon, the only summon that I was missing from the pool. The Twin-Headed Dragon, who is a light-based summon and good for slash attackers. Seemed like a pretty good investment, and overall now I can feel like, hey, I got most of the summons. I'm good for a while, right? Well, the character one works very much the same. Here you can see everything that is in the pool. You can even use it to get MRs. Don't do that. But scrolling back up, it does mean that you can choose any SR or any UR that you do want, who is not a double cost and half rate UR like Blingstern or Gilgamesh. No time limited units, because of course not. It's just kind of said, and not some of the newer units. If you notice anything on here, there is no Adira and there is no Laswell or Glacier at the moment. At some point, there will probably be updated UOCs, and as of the current date, it is expected that this pool does not update, but let me just shake the magic 8-ball. Ask again later at a date. I'm trying to save this one to see if it does update, but the assumption is that it probably doesn't. Anyway, so let's say there's a character you specifically want, and I'm trying very hard not to accidentally pick a character here. Let's say that in the future you know you want Venera. She is just going to be in your party, either for utility use, or you love her design, or you love her kit, or you just love anything about her, or you missed a character like Miranda, or Ketone, or Lucia is another good example currently. This was not that expensive. It was actually about 2k paid lapis on the JV side, which, yeah, it's about 50 bucks. But if it's 50 bucks for a character you actually want and it saves you blowing 20k lapis on a banner, that's a good idea. That is potentially a good idea. You can get Cryle, you can get Rain, you can get any of these characters that you see here, and I'm sure there will be more UOCs in the future that will have more updated pools in them, that have more characters, that you can choose more characters. Point is that the UOC is a really good solution. It is a good offering. Now, does that mean that I think you should not try on the banner? No. Current banners are potentially good chances, but chasing a UR, or hell, even chasing an MR in this game usually ends up being wrought with sadness, usually. Like, if it's gonna happen, my general rule with a banner that I'm so interested in or so want is, oh, I'll do 1 or 2 multis and see if I get the character. If not, there's still a chance that that character will show up on a later banner as an off banner. As you guys have probably seen, off banners do happen. But anyway, there isn't much you can do about incredibly bad luck. But for a lot of people who are feeling disheartened about not getting a character, or people who are feeling nervous about a character you really want in the future, maybe give yourself a little bit of a break. I think throwing 1 or 2 multis at a banner with a character you really want is a good idea a lot of the times, just to see if it does happen. Because in this game, 2k, 4k Vizier is really not that much, given that there is a fair amount of free that comes out. So again, take a look at the current units that are available on here, and basically these top 2 rows are a lot of the more recent characters in the game, minus the wonderful mathematician who I absolutely adore, and is sadly not on this list yet. But anyway, Cryle, Venera, Lucia, Ketone, or Miranda, if there's a character on here that you specifically want, and their shards are in the shop, and this is going to be your planned way in the future, it may mean that you have to wait a little bit to get the character, but it may save you some lapis so that you can actually pull on a limited time character such as Warrior of Light, or Agrius, or Delita, whatever your fancy is. Really, just wanted to make this video because not getting the character you want sucks, but there are options for story characters, and there are good options for non-limited story characters. It may not be the best thing in the entire world, but there are eventually repeat banners, which means that shards will show up later in the Whimsy shop. And currently on the JP side, we actually have this new thing that is, I'm hoping, will be repeated fairly well, because currently there is just this. Let's see if I can't find a picture of it. Oh, that's something. Nope, that's not it. Somewhere in here. Oh shoot, it just clicked away from it. I guess they only put it in as text. There is a daily shard summon right now for 0 Lapis that gives you 2 UR shards and some MR shards and potentially higher and more UR shards. But anyway, it's a nice little thing. There are a surprising number of ways to get shards into the future, and there is always more free Lapis rolling in, even if it seems like there are potential droughts. Either way, for characters that you specifically want, don't get too disheartened if you don't get it, but definitely maybe think more cleverly about how you spend your Lapis. If there's one rule that I'm going to leave you at the end of this video, it's this very, very, very simple fact. The real function of these character banners, and not the step-up banners. Okay, let me leave you with 2 rules now that I thought of one. First of all, always check your step-ups. Check for up rates on specific units, check for what exactly you're getting out of it, because not all the time those step-ups are worth it. There are better step-ups in the future. They're paid Lapis, but I would rather spend a little money and guarantee myself 7 URs for some money than getting 0 with free Lapis and feeling bad. Again, sometimes. Depends if you're willing to spend or not. Second thing is that these banners only exist to get your first copy. Never chase dupes on these banners. And the main reason is because to get your actual value out of this, because really a lot of the times you're not getting useful MRs, you're mostly getting just lower rarity units. To get any value, actual positive value on these banners, you essentially need to pull 2 URs to really get value. Since 2000 Lapis in this game is basically 40 character shards, and a dupe is 40 character shards, plus a UR orb. But again, War of the Visions really does benefit players with a little bit of patience who are willing to wait it out a bit. And if you're really trying to hunt down PvP stuff, sucks. Either way, think about it. Think about that UOC for the half anniversary. There's also a few shard selectors in there that popped up around then, so you could pick specific character shards. There are ways to get characters, but yeah, if there is a real thing that kills players in this game, it is, and spenders too, it is impatience. You can get a long way with less if you are willing to be patient. Anyway, I'm repeating myself, so that's all for this video. Hope you found this helpful. You didn't get a character, don't worry. Lucia wasn't limited time. She's in there forever. Seriously, 1 or 2 multis and a new banner. That's it. That's it. That's it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not just saying this because I'm waiting to click that end button. Don't do it. Don't do it. Also, go watch my glass seed poll video. Shameless promotion.